Hey folks, welcome back. Today I'm going to start looking at a few different party configurations you could try in Final Fantasy Renaissance. This is kind of based on the ranking of classes that I had looked at in the last video of tier list of classes in Final Fantasy Renaissance. So I'll just be in Renaissance mode, New Game Plus, and let's look at some classes we can make. So, let's see, Class 1, let's start with our fighter here, who is now a Paladin because New Game Plus. And you know, we can pair him up with something that's pretty awesome. What goes well with a Paladin? A lot of things go well with a Paladin. I mean, it can be an anchor for darn near any party. But let's say we are going for a melee heavy party, or at least a fight heavy party. So we'd have our Paladin as the anchor, have our Dragoon to do the jumping. Then we're going to add the Rhythmatist. And lastly, we'll give them a Bard, or Troubadour. So you've got your Paladin who can tank and heal, do a little bit of damage. Your Dragoon, you could also replace the Dragoon with a black belt. In this case, the Dragoon is going to be jumping. When they're exhausted from jumping, they fight, and then they jump again. If you had a black belt in there, you would just be using the fight command, except when you had Key Blast charged up, and then you could do that if you wanted to AoE. Your Rhythmatist, she's an all-rounder kind of character. She's going to do physical damage. She can have a dance ability that can essentially cast fast on the party, so that'll really help them out. She can do a little bit of healing as needed, and overall just a real good add. And your Troubadour, just out there for buffs. If you don't want the buffs in combat, you could trade out your Troubadour for a Time Wizard and have out-of-combat utility there. So let's trade that one out for your Time Wizard. There we go, and we can make this your black belt. Okay, I guess they're technically a master. Okay, gotta do this again. There you go. This would be an alternate form of a melee / attack heavy class. Party, of characters. The thing with the Time Wizard is they can mark enemies. Marked enemies will take 15 more points of damage each time they are hit. Mark 2 will do 30 more points of damage each time they are hit. And with the Rhythmatist, or Rhythmist, with her Flurry, she's going to do a lot of attacks against creatures. So those two abilities might work well together. But let's try something different here. Let's now go with a magic heavy party. And this is going to be an odd one, but it's also going to just nuke stuff down. And you know me, I like to just get fights done with quickly. Boom, there you go. Red Wizard does your tanking, can also attack, can also cast black magic, and can heal. Black Wizard and Black Wizard. Oh, I'm sorry, it's my bad. Both of them just straight up nukers. Your Time Wizard, he's going to be there just to give you the out of combat awesomeness. There's some challenge. Whoa, hey, not that. Renaissance, Final Fantasy, New Game Plus. Okay, let's go look at some different kind of parties. Let's say we want a party. I know there's a challenge for don't buy stuff. I think it's called living off the land. That's cool and all, but not what I'm up in the mood for. So I'd just go minimal buying of stuff here in this party. I mean, this is going to work for me, brother. Because you've got yourself... I don't like the Blue Wizard. I really do not like Blue Wizard. They would be good in this kind of a challenge, because they would buy minimal equipment and then learn all their spells from stuff out in the world, but I hate Blue Wizards. Just do not like playing Blue Wizards. So I would just lean into this. It is a weird party configuration, but you're not going to buy a lot of equipment for them. You'll buy bracelets later in the game. Early in the game, yeah, you'll buy them starting gear, but yeah, minimal buying of equipment. Probably need a bunch of potions, because depending on where you are, the elementalists won't have a lot of access to healing magics. They'll probably need to sample terrain from grasslands or swamps to have healing abilities and poison removal abilities, but they will be able to power your magical side of things, and your masters, well, heck, they can just pummel stuff left and right. What else can we look at here? I suppose you could also add a ninja into this party, just to wander around and find more equipment. But yeah, that's a lot of out-of-combat stuff. And if you just want to play the game fast, I'd go with 2 masters. Let's go with a weird kind of party here. I'm going to go Death Knight, which I didn't think was all that good of a class, but let me give him a Rune Knight. Master or Ninja would go great. They're both physical classes. Let's give him a Ranger. Ranger is going to be there only for the Hunter's Mark. I know I said that's all they're good for, and that's all they're good for in this party too. Lastly, I would give them, just for all the buffs they're going to need, a Troubadour. Troubadour gives you good buffs in combat. Death Knight stinks because he misses a lot in fighting. Rune Knight, like I said, decent enough class. Nothing awesome about it, but holds its own. Your Ranger is going to be there just for the Hunter's Mark. Yeah, I know every so often you might have a paralysis arrow that you can shoot off at something, but just mostly for Hunter's Mark. Troubadour, good old buffs. Buffs all around. Gotta stop hitting that escape button one too many times. You know what? Yeah, I'm never going to recommend the Summoner or the Green Wizard. I mean, sending in a Ranger there for that last class was kind of an oddball move. Beastmaster, you could also put a Beastmaster in your not buying a lot party, I mean, they are going to get weapons. You're going to need to buy them weapons, especially earlier in the game. But later in the game, not so much. But, yeah, you know, they're never they're a fun class, but I don't think they're very powerful, and honestly, I would not put one in my party. Now, let's say we want to just be a random party. No, let's not be a random party. Let's be... I mean, heck, we could have a party of rhythmists, too. They'd just be cutting things all left and right, using their buffs. Actually, would it not be fun? Probably not going to be fun, but let's just give it a go here. What if we had... that kind of a party. 2 rhythmists for your damage dealers, a troubadour for your buffer, time wizard for out of combat, utility. You know what, folks? You know what? I got a poop-eaten grin on my face here that says, oh yeah. Who's my dancer? I don't know. But random name. Jane. That's plain Jane. Next to plain Jane, we have Fancy Nancy. Who's our troubadour? No, he's not Spoony. Although, Spoony is pretty cool. No, our troubadour is none other than David Bowie. Who's our time wizard? Okay, I mean... oh, that doesn't work. That does not work for me, brother. No space allowed. Doctor Who? Ha 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 ha. Plain Jane, Fancy Nancy, David Bowie, and Doctor Who. Folks, I think we've got ourselves a Season 3 of Final Fantasy Renaissance coming up. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.